everyone, and welcome. Today we have our special guest, Seventh Heaven, with us.
Hello.
And I don't have anything clever to say to the title because, yeah, I just don't. I just fucking don't this week. Alright. And so then we have our regular faggots with us. We have. I can just scroll over here. We have Alex underscore. I'm assuming Gray Vested is our air conditioner.
Yeah.
Alright, we have. I've almost got a clever name. Kyrie Pancakes.
Hello, I carry pancakes for a living.
And the Taco Man.
These fucking Hot Pockets are orgasmic!
I didn't say you were the Taco Man.
Yeah, I thought you meant Tony.
Tony D. Tacos. I think Enigma just wants to be a Hot Pocket, stuff
Just assumed he
with
was the
something
Taco
hot
Man
meaty.
because he's Mexican. He's racist against himself. Cool.
So we'll skip Enigma's leading. Alright. Shit. Hey, Alex, where's our link to the subject thread?
Here.
I got it.
Okay. Is there?
I'm not on point this week. Sorry, and I'm having a really, really rough time right now. Okay, so now to get to something fun. Not Enough Coffee says, "Howdy, Seventh. Hope you have a fun time on the cast." Some art-related questions. What classifies as art and what doesn't?
Everything is art. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, coffee.
I think
Yeah, I know.
any kind of form where you express yourself is art. Like I'd say that putting your thoughts into a physical form or a story form, that's art. But not everything is art, Micah. Like taking a walk down the street isn't art. That's called being a fucking human being.
Well,
But come on. I mean, I've got a half-full trash can over here. There's got to be something artful about that.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
if you
modern
walk in a
art.
funny way.
Yeah, if there's anything I learned from art school, it's that any bullshit that you put into an exhibit is art.
There was
Oh,
someone
you
You know
who
what?
left
Even
like,
even if it's not
a
intentional.
VHS. There was someone who left like a VHS tape on the ground in an art museum, and a bunch of people huddled around it thinking it was art.
well, look, they put actual toilets in art museums. So,
What about the entirety of Pornhub? Is that art?
well, look, I mean, there's an argument to say that pornography is a form of artistic expression. So,
It is for the actors. The director just wants to get his jollies off.
well, I mean, isn't that what the viewers do?
Oh yeah, no. That's what the viewers are there for. But the actors, I think, honestly. Here's a fun little fact about the porn industry. Any porn stars, most of them can't feel anything anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're on all sorts of fucking pills and shit.
Mm.
They've burned out the sensations down there.
Oh yeah, no, Viagra and all that other fun shit just to get themselves up and going is an essential thing.
Also,
Yeah.
are you saying that the actors from Game of Thrones enjoy getting dry humped?
Oh, I'm sure. But I wouldn't know because I don't watch it.
Eh.
Yeah, I've only seen a few episodes, and so far it's just dry humping.
Yeah, from what I've heard, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Game of Thrones the one I'm thinking of? It has more tit shots than any other TV series in history.
Probably, from what I've heard.
It also has a lot of incest.
Well, that's the mark of a
Oh.
good TV show.
Exactly.
It's got
Well, I
good
mean,
old.
come on, we can't have Ragnarok if there isn't incest.
It's
I know,
got
right?
it's got good old family values right there.
Yeah, good old family values, Bobby. Just stick your dick with your sister.
It's fun the whole family can have.
Oh God.
People used to say, Breaking Bad's really good, you should watch it, and in the end I did. I just remember thinking, oh, I wish it had more incest. I wish.
God, The Godfather is a really
Fun
good
fact for
movie,
you guys: Breaking Bad was the highest rated investigation or something like that drama. Oh man, something this year when Content Caught by iDubbbz actually beat it out on IMDb.
Damn.
Hilariously enough.
Got to roast Keemstar and Bryce.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody tells
And
me I
a
need to
Mojo.
start watching Breaking Bad because it's so good.
It
And
really is good, actually.
Yeah, that's
You're
what
not
I've
wrong.
heard.
This is one of those shows where nobody's wrong. It's really a good show.
So what
Well,
you guys are saying that
my
if you
only
make-
exposure to it is from the Godzilla movie, and the dad being one of the guys from
Brian
Breaking Bad.
Cranston. What about
Yeah.
dude? Haven't you ever seen Malcolm in the Middle? He's the dad in that.
yeah, he's the father.
Malcolm.
It's been a long time since I've actually seen it, and I can't stand the show. So
Hey, that show was great. I still remember that scene where Dewey got in a fight with the lawn gnome.
I'm actually kind of with Ravage. I don't care for it.
I think honestly the only thing I remember much generally what the characters were about was the opening theme song.
Had a good theme. I hated the mom so much though.
Yeah, the fucking mom was horrible.
But that's the point.
I remember they did a skit on Family Guy where she just kept ranting, and eventually
And
the
they
father
just beat the shit out of her. Yeah, he just hit her against the fucking cabinet until she died.
and they're like, "We're free,
Skipping
boys."
down the road.
yeah, I mean, I think I only actually sat down to watch one episode of Malcolm in the Middle, and I don't even know where or which episode I was on. All I know is that it was the kid I knew as Malcolm, some blonde-headed mullet-wearing motherfucker around his age, and I remember very distinctly thinking that, wow, his mom's a bitch, and then moving on.
One thing about being a savage though, Freddie Muniz, who played Malcolm, someone tried to roast him on Twitter, and he said, "You can try to roast me all you want, but I'm retired at 25, and I'll have more money than you'll ever have in your life."
Damn,
No.
savage.
What's he doing now, though? I haven't heard shit about him in years.
Nothing. He doesn't have to. He's rich as shit from that show.
I mean, he's not like doing coke or anything, right? Like downhill spiral, like most celebrities.
No, he just kind of faded away. He doesn't act anymore, really.
So he took the
Let me
small.
see what his net
Well, I
worth
mean,
is.
why would you need to? If you've got all the money you'll ever need.
So he took the smart
Well,
route then. He
Frankie
didn't get
Muniz, rather. Frankie Muniz.
Yeah.
His net worth is $40 million.
That's not bad.
Not bad for a retired TV actor. Oh, shit, I need 3 different colors of green for this. I didn't realize.
3 shades.
All
So he
right.
took the
No, you're not supposed to look, you fucking cunt. That's 3. That's 3. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. What do you think, you're an artist or something?
No.
No artists here
No, it
on
does
mugshots.
not. Mike is trying me.
Well, now that we've actually gotten onto a interesting topic, what are the limits in which we can express ourselves through art? So, TV shows is kind of an extension of that, I suppose.
I'll look in a minute, Micah. You just messed me up. What was the question? Sorry.
Your attention span is the limit.
Can you
What are the limits of
repeat
expression in art?
The limits of expression. There's
Mhm.
limits.
Like, when have we gone too far kind of limit?
I don't think that's the thing.
We have the internet, okay?
I mean,
The
a
internet
man,
is constantly pushing the boundaries of what is acceptable.
even before the internet, a man pissed on a canvas and sold that for millions of dollars.
Yeah, but it's very nice
Look.
smelling piss.
I'm
What
pretty
did you do? Drink rose oil?
I'm pretty sure though that the boundaries are constantly going to be changing as time goes on. I mean, I remember because I talked to my parents, especially my mom, when Saturday Night Live first debuted back in the 70s. That shit was very controversial in the sense like people thought, "Oh my god, this is so offensive. This is so like out there. It's so raunchy. It's so lewd. It's so." And nowadays, I mean, we got shit like the Boondocks. I mean, we've got Family Guy. We've got all this stuff that would make shows like that seem tame.
Mm.
But you can only go back 40 or so years, 40, 50 years, and stuff
Whoa.
that would be
Oh,
tamed by today's standards.
here's a good one.
considered way out there.
Here's a good example. If you want to watch culture shock, especially involving sexuality, or not even sexuality. What's the word I'm looking for?
Lewd, raunchy.
Yeah, I guess. If any of you watch Red Skelton, go back and look at his cowboy episodes or skits or whatever you want to call it. Look specifically for the one where he is with these 3 chicks. And holy shit, it was racy as hell. And and we're used to it in this day and age. But I'm watching this thing and I'm thinking, holy shit. I mean, short shorts, they're showing legs, they're showing stomach, they're acting highly feminine. And I mean, like, trying to seduce you kind of highly feminine. And the whole time I'm going, how the fuck were they able to air this? I can only imagine their phone lines were full of God knows how many parents calling in and saying, what the hell are you doing?
You
Well,
want to
it's
know
like-
the moment that children's TV shows stopped caring about that shit? It's when Ren and Stimpy aired. As soon as that aired, people didn't give a shit. They knew they could do whatever they wanted.
Here's
Well, yeah,
here's
but
an-
Red Skelton isn't really a kid show; it's a family show.
Well, and here's another thing. I was reading about this, and I actually watched the TV show series out of curiosity. It's a very short-lived one. Was back in '96. There was a show came on, Profit, and there was a lot of stuff in there that really pushed the bounds, probably too far at the time, for what was acceptable. There was a lot of sinister themes in there. There was scenes of almost incest between a guy and his stepmother and all this other shit. And it's like you would go on a few years and you would see some of this stuff popping up later in shows like The Sopranos, especially in like Game of Thrones and shit like that. And it's like, wow, it's only been like a few years later and the whole attitude's changed. So I think that asking a question like that, what is the limits of what we can express ourselves in art, that really changes over time.
Well, I mean, I don't think it changes over time. I think
I'll never know what he thinks.
Rav was thinking so hard that the NSA just censored him.
His
They cut
thoughts
his feed.
have been lost to time.
Yeah, he's gone into that 2001 Odyssey thing right now because he thought too damn hard.
Free thought alarm.
He committed thought crime. He committed crime think.
Is he actually dead? Mav, are you okay?
Doesn't that mean the stream is gone?
It might.
Well, technically, he's
I
still
would go
on.
and check that, Alex.
No. I'm recording it. It's still there as long as Grey Vested's here. I think.
Also, Kyrie, are you cutting out your stream feed? Because like you're the only one that keeps cutting out and then coming back in.
No, it's like actual OBS keeps cutting me out and putting me back in. I apologize.
So it's relying on me now?
Sort
no,
of.
because Ravage is still streaming. It's
Yeah.
not his internet.
This stream hostage, I guess.
I think Rav's stream is. Hold on.
I think his internet may be dead.
No. He's talking in the chat.
Yeah, he's talking to check. He says, "Check my stream and tell me if you can hear me."
We
All
can't
right.
hear you.
Okay, hold on.
We can't even hear ourselves on his. I think it's froze.
No, hold on. I think you can.
Yeah, he's
Yes, I can hear him.
That's not a great solution.
Yeah.
Welcome to the technical difficulties.
I,
Shots.
yeah, okay, I can hear him on the Picard though, but not here in the fucking Discord.
He just lagged out. Hey, Alex, want to see what I drew?
Oh yeah.
I actually tried this time.
Let us
Aw.
see it.
Oh wow.
That's actually rather pretty.
Ah.
That's Rosalex's cutie mark.
As una flor.
7th, I didn't know you draw.
Were you gay?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you ain't gay. You're just opportunistic.
Nigga, stop being stingy with that dick.
Dick, that dick, man. If you don't stop
Can
calling
you hear
gay,
me now?
Yes.
Yes.
No, we cannot hear you now.
Rap,
We are just
God,
saying
it's me.
things coincidentally at a time that would match up with when you speak.
fucking
Yeah,
Ray
okay.
Bastard knows what's going
Can you hand me
on.
those pencils again?
All right. So,
want
anyways,
them
what I
now.
had said was that artistic expression doesn't change with time; it changes with culture. Because if you notice, the Greeks were very, very fond of pushing the limits of expression in anything, art or
Yes.
not. Whereas then, right after that, you had the medieval age where all form of expression was shunted to the point where it was almost non-existent because of the church. And then the Renaissance came around, and then more expression was allowed, even if some of it was cut off. And then, the longer it went on, the more we were allowed to express. Up
Oh.
until, I would say, the era of radio and TV, when it got shunted again, and we're only now getting back to the point where we're allowed to express almost all of our ideas the way we want. Thank God for the internet, because now we can actually express all of our ideas.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true because by going back through, especially stuff before the late 19th century and maybe even stuff earlier than that, how much it seemed like they had quite a bit of freedom in a sense, or just the stuff they were able to get away with expressing in art at that time compared to if you tried it in like the 40s or 50s, like people would be fucking outraged.
Yeah.
And so,
Well,
yeah,
okay, as a really good example, a show that actually makes me equal parts excited to watch it and fearful is Vikings.
Oh,
Man,
I've seen
that's
that show.
Yeah, and that's just because of how extreme it is. I mean, it's historically accurate, but at the same time, it's also pushing the boundaries of our modern conventions and sensibilities because, they're retelling of a time that was much, much harsher than anything we're used to. A perfect example, and I'm sorry if I'm spoiling this for any of you, but they do one of the season finales is I think it's the season 2 finale. They do the Blood Eagle ceremony, and
Yeah, I was just about to
holy hell! And so for anybody that doesn't know, the Blood Eagle ceremony, you are up on a pedestal in front of the entire village, kingdom, or whatever, depending on how serious your crime is, right?
Mhm.
You're up on a pedestal. You've got 2 blocks with what they had was basically just 2 wooden trunks with some antlers hanging out of it, right? Anyways, it's basically something for you to rest your wrists on, and your back is completely exposed. Your body, at least from the waist up, is completely exposed. Then they take an axe and they hack each one of your ribs where it connects to the spine.
Ooh.
They break it right there. And then what they do is they split your ribs open, grab your lungs, and hang them over your shoulders like a pair of wings. Which is
Also,
why it's
Rev,
called the Blood Eagle. Hold on. I'm getting to that part. So you might be wondering, if this guy isn't tied up, if he's not bound, why is he just taking it? The reason being, because in the Viking culture, if you cry out, if you scream, if you make any noise at all, you are considered weaker than a woman. You will not go to Valhalla, and so on and so on and so on. You know, no 72 virgins for you kind of a thing. And
No paradise.
yeah, you have to sit through that. Otherwise, you are deemed not a man, and you like I said, existentially, you don't go to heaven because you haven't proven your worth.
What? Why
Yeah,
don't
they get to show you this, and at one point, the guy's arm falls, and like they're like halfway through this, so you cannot try to get up and move, because at that point they will tie you down and finish it anyways. That's just the way it goes. But he couldn't lift his arm because they had gotten just far enough down his back that he could not raise his arm. He was trying to, so they helped him. They lifted it back up there, and he just continued on with it. Yeah, it was fucked up. And honestly, for me, because I've been looking into Viking cultures before this, it wasn't a surprise. The most uncomfortable part in the entire series that still makes me cringe to this day is a very simple scene when they're raiding the Anglo-Saxons. It's after a battle. They had captured some nuns, and they're leading them into a tent to rape them, and you get to hear their screams. That's the part that unsettled me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talk about an extreme show pushing the boundaries. Oh yeah, and let's not forget the freaking sacrifices too. Go watch the series; it's amazing. Aside from all this really fucked up shit, it's actually a really good show.
Welcome to Mugshots TV reviews.
Welcome to Mugshots Vikings edition, where we talk about how brutal the Vikings
Oh yeah,
were.
Seth,
Bloody-
draw some Vikings.
here on the Viking shots, the Blood Eagle is always the option.
Yeah, Blood Eagle. Blood Eagle.
I'm already drawing something to do with Spartans, though.
Spartans were pussies.
Draw-
That's something. Now that you bring it up, that's something that they would have run into that I would love to see if there's any historical evidence to. So, the Vikings were merchants as well as farmers and warriors and all that other fun stuff.
Sorry, that's my dog. Ignore. She's a retard.
So,
Shut up!
yeah, the puppo has something to say on Viking.
She needs to shut her
Tradition.
mouth.
Mhm.
So,
She
anyways,
called her
yeah,
name, I'm drawing.
So yeah, the Vikings actually used to travel quite a ways to get goods and whatnot, right? They even went down as far as India, and that is for nothing more than to get ingots of pure steel to make the I think it's halberd sword that they
Halberd?
make. No. It's not an actual name for a type of sword. It is a very special name for a high grade Viking sword. So basically what they had to work with was crude iron and shit like that to make their basic swords out of, which is why one of the reasons why they never went sword on sword or even sword on shield, because their swords were shit. Most of them used axes or pikes. So anyways, the halberd sword, they had to go to places like modern day Iran and India to get these pure steel ingots to make their swords out of. It only leads me to believe that they've gone as far as Rome at some point. I would love to see a Viking, like hailed for his warrior's prowess and whatnot. I would love to see them go toe to toe with a Spartan.
Did they even exist in the same time period though? Because
Oh,
Spartans
stop bringing reality
died.
into this. We want to see.
Because no,
They
because
did. They would have Viking culture. Let's see, Viking culture died out. How far? It died out around 800 AD, but it was very well alive and thriving well before that. We know this because the Vikings had constant contact with the Germanic peoples of the time because they would always travel east. They never bothered traveling west until much later in their history. So it's entirely possible that at some point they would have been traveling with the barbarians, and gone as far as, Germany and Italy.
but
Like I said, I would love to find some historical evidence to see that they'd made it all the way to Rome.
Sparta died out basically before 200 BC.
Hey, do you guys remember when we used to talk about ball hair?
Yeah, come on, what happened?
Oh, God. We're talking about Vikings and...
Yes.
Okay.
No, we'll never know.
Oh,
I get
Okay,
it.
well, while we're on this, our next topic is, when is it okay to censor art?
I don't think it's ever okay to censor art. I
um,
don't care if a kid's watching. If it's not, if it's too adult for someone like that to see, then they shouldn't see it.
I generally agree. I think probably there's only a few cases where I would say it would be acceptable to make something illegal. Like, for instance, if you were taping someone without their consent, like, the revenge porn or whatever.
Or a snuff film?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
kind of one of those things where, the general idea is if no one was harmed who
Didn't consent to it.
who didn't consent to it, because it's like, oh, if you did something like, oh, I painted this with blood, it's like, okay, did the person willingly donate the blood to the project? Yes? Okay, then.
Yeah.
Creepy as fuck, but okay.
Yeah.
You-
Well,
You guys sort of
Um,
remind me of this case that happened a few years back where these two guys met on the internet and their fetish was cannibalism.
Oh, God.
And basically they agreed that one of them would eat the other. And this was found out. Yeah, I was put to trial and everything. And the whole, consent thing was brought up.
Right.
I want to eat you.
Thank you for that
7.
info.
yeah. Look, I mean, we already got Vor everywhere, so why not just take it a bit further?
Oh, draw some Vor, 7.
Yeah, draw some Sonic anal.
Well,
We
how
need
do I
some-
do that?
If we're gonna do any Vor, it's gonna be Tempest Vor, because Tempest deserves everything.
No.
Tempest anal Vor.
What?
Tempest Horn Vor.
Every day
Yeah, it's
we
called
move
it's
farther
called a-
away from God's light.
I have a
Shit, nigga. I forgot where that was.
Hey Otaku, we have Tempest, a Tempest plush.
Oh, you got it from Build-A-Bear?
No. We had someone custom make.
Oh.
Someone made a custom made one.
Well,
It's
did
not a
you?
pony though. It's called a kitty pie. We got it at the convention. It's like a cat octopus in the theme of a pony. It's pretty cute.
Show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Picture.
Post a
I'm just gonna.
picture in the mug shots. You have it on your phone.
Well, this may not be a censorable kind of a thing, but
Over there, behind the
Talking-
retard.
yeah, you kind of reminded me with this whole censoring art thing, and you were talking about, blood and gore as an artistic expression. Kind of a weeb fact that I learned a long, long time ago was that certain Japanese samurai katanas are infused with the blood of the samurai that it's going to be given to. They give the equivalent of 3 quarts of blood
Jesus.
to, it's taken over time, so it's not that bad. basically it's for when they go to quench it after dipping it in the fire and whatnot. They use the natural iron that occurs in blood to help strengthen the blade.
Hardcore,
Oh,
man.
there's the kitty pie, by the way.
Welcome to
Who,
history.
doesn't think it's
Cast.
that great, but I think it's pretty fucking adorable, personally.
Welcome to History Cast, where you get to learn about the history of swords and all sorts of violent shit.
Show it on the stream, Micah.
He's so cute.
Yes, the kitty pie. The kitty pie.
Did you just whisper Megusta?
Yes.
God.
But yes, that is my kitty pie, my Tempest one.
Oh.
That is adorable.
They have like she had ones of like the normal main cast and everything. If it was the main cast or some of the special like secondary characters, instead of the bell on their collar, it would actually be their cutie mark.
Amos and I actually both commissioned her as well to make ones for us. I did a Roseluck and he wants Flitter. Because Lord knows there's no fucking Flitter plushies in existence. They're good at least.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm more of a Cloud Chaser fan than Flitter. Flitter just seems kind of too normal, too basic.
For
Her
rad.
fucking sister now, that is a bomb ass bitch, looking like she's from a fucking hair metal band.
Just because of the hair, huh? Even though they're twins.
Like fucking Cloud Chaser looks straight out of Motley Crue. It's fucking awesome.
It's like a mess.
I'm so glad I'm not the only person here who knows who Motley Crue is.
They just retired, and that's sad to me. I'll never get to see them live.
Yeah, I wanted to see them live so bad. So I think we're ready to move on to the next thing. Would you rather kill a baby with your bare hands, but everyone thinks you are trying to save them, or would you rather but everyone thinks you're trying to kill them?
It's
Well-
about thinks you were trying to kill the baby.
But yeah, but you let it live.
Damn.
Or do you want to just kill yourself? Give
I'm
yourself
alright with
a
killing
blood
babies.
eagle.
I'm alright with
I'm all right.
killing
Hey, you're
myself.
not. This
This
is.
isn't your question.
It's for everybody.
Be quiet, bed girl. Anyways,
I
I'm
will
all right
fucking
with
let you.
killing.
killing a baby because babies are useless creatures in this world.
Yep.
Like, what are we gonna lose if I kill that baby? Honestly, someone will be, there's some asshole that's gonna be like, that could have been the next Bill Gates. Well, I'm fucking sorry, it's dead. It's not.
Here, I'll
You
go
better
grab
fucking
the-
hope your next kid is the next.
What
Bill
kind
Gates,
of
you cunt.
what kind of materials can you even get from the dead baby though?
Stem cell.
Organs.
Baby organs.
Yeah, baby liver. If you fry it up, it's really nice.
I've heard that if you devour an unborn child, there's a chance you could become immortal.
Yeah.
There's a chance. There's a chance you could become a baby.
So hold on.
Have you seen the baby?
In order to keep the child unborn, does that mean like you're gonna have to do blood eagle on the mom
No,
and then
no,
just
no,
kind of stick your head inside and nom 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 nom?
No. So what happens is
Hey, Stephen, that's an idea for something.
yeah,
you
draw
know,
that.
I already wrote it. That's what I'm referencing. It's a lost fic that I unpublished because it was too disgusting. Well, me
Oh
and
God,
Amos
was it the
unpublished
Granny
it.
Smith one?
It was the Granny Smith one, yes.
Oh,
Where it's
God.
the fabled once every 3,000 years aborted fetus, and becomes immortal, and the fetus was filled with like cockroaches, maggots, and tapeworms and shit.
A
God.
pickled fetus.
And at the very end, I think it was Twilight said something like, "You seem far too comfortable with this," and Celestia was like, "Quite, and so will you one day." And those two sentences basically summed up what it's become to write for that.
God. So Kyrie, you were gonna say?
I married this man. I'm marrying this man.
Yes, I am engaged to this man. I don't understand why half the time.
I mean,
Because I'm a
I mean, you're doing a
bomb-ass
good-
bitch.
I mean, you're
Damn
you're
right.
marrying him of your own volition, right? You're not being held at gunpoint or anything, right?
Help me.
What's that? I can't hear you. Got a gun
Yeah,
to your
that
head?
dog you heard, that was the guard dog.
Rapunzel, stop with the mumbling. You know how I feel about the mumbling. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Yeah, I'd kill a baby.
Anybody else have a take on this?
Fuck.
Kill it.
Well, on the Barcast, killing yourself is always an option, so I guess I'll just take getting a bloody eagle.
Oh, here's another thing I want to input. Whenever people say babies are adorable, I think they're fucking idiots. Babies are some of the most disgusting, ill-mannered creatures on the planet. They don't give a shit about anything except themselves.
I know.
Because why should they? They're
Sounds
fucking
like
babies.
me.
They need to survive. They're a baby. They're not fucking focused on that fucking football game you're watching on Thanksgiving. They just want their goddamn fucking breast milk or something.
Yeah.
But
Well,
like,
stop
they're
being a
just-
stingy
they're-
motherfucker and
children
just feed
are
them
just
your milk.
self-centered creatures. But a baby is just it's fucking useless. Like it just sits there and it basically eats your money. That's
If
what
I
you're
went
feeding
and
it. You're
stood in
feeding it
public
your money.
and did a shit in my trousers and expected someone else to clear it up, they wouldn't, would they?
And people say shit like, "Oh man, you should see my baby. It's the cutest thing on the planet."
Have you
No, it's
seen
not.
the
It
baby?
is ugly, just like every other baby on the planet.
No. Here, I got one better for you. This is the one that annoys me. I don't have a problem with saying somebody's baby is cute. Because once in a while, yeah, somebody's lucky enough to have their child is actually cute. But this is the one that I hate hearing. My child is so smart. And I'm looking at them and I'm going, fuck, no, they're not.
Oh yeah.
Unless they're like,
so smart. Immediately face plants while playing dodgeball.
You know what's even
Look.
worse though? A baby is not smart enough to stay quiet in the theater.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I also
Oh,
I also love when parents are like, "My baby's so smart. He was able to solve like all these puzzles in 10 minutes." I'm just sitting here saying, "Well, I'm sorry, you clearly don't understand that most likely means your child has autism, even if it is smart."
Yeah.
Just sitting there bragging about how smart the child is.
yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Of course, the same thing could be said.
And
of
I
this
would
whole
know
thing,
because
I
I
mean.
almost had to go into special classes, which when I was a kid, I thought that meant you were really smart.
Yeah, same here. I had to go. I had to go into
I was
special classes
really
too.
good at math and puzzles and shit, but it turned out I just had massive amounts of OCD.
I just turned out I'm a complete ass.
Like if I saw a puzzle that wasn't complete, I had to finish it because it made me mad.
See, I kind of had to go. I did go into special classes, but that's because I have a hearing disability, not a learning disability. So, and it was weird. This is the part that was weird to me, right? It's supposed to be a class for people with learning disabilities, right?
Yeah.
Or in my case, physical disabilities. They still tested me for learning disabilities. So, like, she was having me count to 100 as fast as I could.
You want to know why?
Huh?
I have some news for you. That's the class I was talking about. That's not a class to test how smart you are. That's a class to test if you have autism.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
God.
Well, I used to get really,
Kinda
really
funny.
angry.
Two of us in here had that class, and here we are in this fucking chat.
Yeah.
Everyone else here did too, but they're just too proud to admit it.
We're all
I
just
didn't go into that class until later, but I mean, I was.
we're all just condensed autism right here.
Ooh,
I-
ooh, here's a good
We're
one.
all
Here's a good
broken
one.
people.
Did you fail the colorblind test?
I didn't fail that, but I failed 7th grade.
That I'm not surprised at.
Is that where
Okay.
your name comes
I-
from?
No, that's not where my name comes from.
It is.
Seventh grade was so good, I failed it.
He just
for
really
repeating it.
enjoyed the 7th grade. It was
That's
heaven
not
to
where it
him.
came from, but I will tell you, 7th grade is where my love from Halo came from, which is why I ended up naming myself 7.
Mm.
But that's where my massive love came from, at least. I named myself 7 in Halo before that, but my name comes from the movie 7 with Brad Pitt because I couldn't think of I couldn't think of a name when I got an original Xbox for like my Halo profile,
Mm.
and I just happened to see that, and I was just like, "Fuck it, I'm putting that word."
Oh yeah, I remember you telling us that. But no, the colorblind thing. They were holding up these little circles with colored dots in them. And I'm like, and she's like, well, what do you see? And I told her, I said, I see a circle with multicolored dots in it. And I'm like, well, I see red and green, or I see blue and yellow. And so she knew I was naming the colors right, so I wasn't colorblind. Then she had to tell me what it was, and I'm like, oh, because it was one of those things I didn't notice. And then she held it back, and I'm like, okay, now I can see what it is. And just to kind of recheck to make sure I wasn't faking it, she had me run through all of the cards like 2 or 3 times, and I got them right every time. It's like, God damn it. It's so boring. Why do I have to do this?
I guess I lucked out because I was actually diagnosed with autism when I was like 5 or so, and I don't recall ever having to do anything like that in school. So
You are able to count.
Because you were
Well, you're
already
also younger
diagnosed
than
with
we are.
autism.
Gosh.
so
Yeah.
yeah, and then my principal in 5th grade claimed that I was faking it, which I don't even know how that's possible. Like, this asshole thought I was faking everything.
No. If you're gonna fake autism, you're gonna go full blown autist, sitting there
Yeah.
making random sounds, drooling all over yourself, chewing on your fingers, swallowing glue, putting shit in your hair. It doesn't matter what it is, even if it's actual shit. That's how you
Yeah.
fake autism.
Am I autistic? Because all that criteria applied to me growing up.
Oh dear God.
Oh god.
None of us, I don't think, are surprised.
Nigma, what? Okay, did you just have a checklist? It's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, just to make people think I have autism.
Like, I did look up earlier the signs of autism. I was like, holy shit, all this shit matches. Was I autistic this entire time and nobody told me?
I can just think of that college humor thing on WebMD. It's like, okay, so I have this. Oh, you have cancer. Except it's like, oh, well, clearly you're an autist.
Wow, what a revelation.
Oh, Jesus. That's almost better than me keeping porn on my mom's computer.
Oh, well, it's a lot funny. It's a lot funnier than the story. I just now it's not too long ago.
Okay, so since killing babies leads to autism conversations,
Yeah, kill more babies, everyone.
I like how
That
Coffee's
way-
questions have taken this long. I love focusing on Coffee because he's so beautiful.
I
Yeah,
love
you'd
coffee.
want to fuck Coffee.
I do want to fuck
Okay.
Coffee.
Would you like to know what Coffee's name is in our group?
Seven's fuck buddy.
It is Seven's fuck.
Seven's fuck.
Dude, famous. If you're hearing this, if you're hearing this right now, Seven's cheating on you with Coffee.
Famous isn't my fuck buddy. He's my vape buddy.
I'm his
Okay.
full
He is the
buddy.
only-
kind of the
person
same
I
thing.
wanna
I mean, it's all gay.
Look, he's not gay. He's just opportunistic. Okay. Look, it's like
He's not-
Tupac. It's like Tupac once said, "Why pay for pussy when dick's for free?"
True.
You know, I tried using a vape pen once, and here's the thing. The one I did that had nicotine in it burned the shit out of my lungs, but the recreational one that did not have nicotine in it did not. And I even had the guy turn the voltage down on his freaking pen way the fuck down, and it was still burning my lungs.
Dustin only uses nicotine ones. Dustin is famous, by the way. That's a reference. He only uses nicotine ones, so I can only take 1 or 2 hits because I'm refusing to take enough to actually end up getting addicted to that shit.
Yeah.
I know what
well,
nicotine can do.
Well, and
Yeah.
see, I took
Do that.
I took 3 hits off of this fucking thing, and all I got for my efforts was a headache. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking, how the hell can you enjoy nicotine when it doesn't even? I smoked weed before, all right, and it made me feel so much better than fucking nicotine.
Yeah,
It's like, why the hell do you put this in your body if all it does is give you a headache? You just you get used to it after a while.
Most
what?
people do it because of stress. There's a few reasons. A lot of teenagers like to do it when they get their first job because it's a free break. Some places like McDonald's won't give you a break unless you smoke. and they see that as their way to get out of the job and stop stressing, and even the smoking helps them not stress. Proof of that is the fact that almost every doctor and nurse I've ever seen has smoked at some point in their life, simply because they do it to get away from all the bullshit they have to see on a daily basis in the hospital, nursing home, whatever it is. Some other people smoke just to be recreational because they're fucking stupid.
Mhm.
But the majority of smokers tell you not to smoke because they turn to it in a way that they didn't realize they could have done other things to relieve their stress or, get away from real life. And to them, that was, the easiest thing because it was offered to them, or, they just happened to be in the store and it was right there in their face being advertised. But almost everyone I know that smokes has said never to do it because there's so many other things you can do and spend your money on.
Well, yeah, and I
relieve
always
stress.
found that weird too. Is everybody told me don't start smoking, or they ask you, or somebody will ask me, "Hey, do you smoke?" And I'm like, "No," and I'm like, "Why? Do you need a cigarette?" And they're like, "Yeah." And everybody always tells me, "Good for you, you're not smoking." I'm like, "Why the fuck did you just tell me that when you're trying to bum a cigarette off of me?"
Yeah.
Because they're addicts. Well, it's
my
like,
si-
okay.
My sister actually smokes because, again, she works at a nursing home.
Mhm.
So she has it very rough. She sees people die, a lot. Very old people come in there and she bonds with them. And I can't blame her because she's just trying to get away from it, but she's just recently switched to vaping and it's helped her quit off of actual cigarettes, and I'm very happy.
Yeah,
The last thing I want to
there's
do is see
no
my sister destroy her life.
well, there's no real benefit to switching. People who smoke cigarettes will die from black lung or rot and shit, and they'll have fucking holes in their lungs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Anyways, your lung still turns black no matter which way you go, because when you start vaping, you start growing black mold in your lungs.
A lot of people don't get that, but the point of vaping when it was invented and not taken over by a retarded culture was that you're
Vape,
supposed to
bro.
do it to wean yourself off of smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
and
people use it for,
that
bro.
I completely agree with. That I can
In
see the
fact, that's
benefit
why
in.
they make those. Most vape when it first came out was in those little personal vape thingies that look like cigarettes, basically, like the e-cigs or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
And
we still sell them.
people fucking started coming out with all these modifications and shit, and there was a vape culture. And honestly, it's just as cancerous to me as the idea of a smoking culture. If a bunch of people got out and were just like, yeah, man, I recently switched from Marlboro Reds, over to the 72 Golds. I'm all about that game now. And then someone fucking else comes out and is like, nah, man, you got to go for those Virginia Slim Golds. I would just sit here thinking you guys are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Why do people who vape get away with it? I honestly just don't get it.
Well,
Because it does not release nicotine or noxious gas when you exhale it. It's just pure water.
Well, of course, but I don't even find
Yeah.
smokers annoying because most of them will do it on their own time, outside, away from other people.
I
But vapors will walk around in buildings just blowing their vape, and I'm sorry, but that shit can chap my lips and dry me up.
Yeah, I disagree because in my experience, a lot of smokers just generally do not give a shit if they are blowing it in your direction. And I don't mean like, okay, sorry, the wind's blowing your way. No, I mean I've had people just like literally blow right towards me. And here's the thing, I have asthma, so I'm really fucking sensitive to that shit. And so yeah, that's the thing. I have a really my mom smokes, a lot of my family does too, but I'm sorry, I just have really strong negative opinions on smoking.
Well, and I've known smokers and fucking potheads. They have the worst fucking habits, don't they? They lose lighters. They pick up lighters that aren't their own. They fucking put.
Their memory goes to shit.
Yeah.
No, this isn't just like the potheads. This is smokers too. They they stick the cigarette butts in their pocket because they don't want to litter, and then because my roommate, it ends up in my fucking laundry. It ends up on my floor, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I've lost more of my personal lighters that I only use once in a while to people that don't give a shit and just fucking pick it up because, oh, it's a lighter. I need something to light my fag with. You know.
Also, weed is addicting no matter what people want to say, because once you let it control your life to a point that all you want to talk about is weed, and yet then you claim it's not an addiction.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but it's affecting your life in a way that you're spending money on it. You're you're spending money on it that you could be spending on other goods that actually do something for you. It is nothing but a drug that has really no effect on you aside from mellowing you out, or if you have certain illnesses, perhaps helping you fight those off. But in the end, if you're part of weed culture, it's just as bad as vape culture because all you're doing is wasting your money on weed all the time when you could be using it to do other things. And like, it's not an addiction in the sense that your body needs it, but it's an addiction in the sense that you do it so much that it has a monetary and potentially
Yeah,
No,
hold
no,
on,
no.
hold
Here's
on,
the
hold on,
thing,
hold on,
here's the
hold on,
thing.
hold on, hold on.
It's like
I'm gonna add in.
gambling.
Hold on. I can interject here real quick because I deal with something similar. I'm actually addicted to chewing gum. Literally addicted to chewing gum. Like in the sense that I can chew at least 20 pieces a day.
Yeah.
And the thing is
Which is
that
why we hear
stuff,
him smacking his lips all the time.
yes, right, it is right now to the point where it does a lot of things for me. But yeah, and the problem is the health effects of it are that my jaw hurts all the fucking time because I'm constantly chewing. But because I've sort of just relied on it for a lot of stuff for so long, it's very difficult to get off of it. So yeah, potentially anything could be addictive, and in my case, it just happened to be chewing gum.
Yeah. Anything can be, and I hate when people say like, "Oh, I'm not addicted to weed. I just really like the culture of it." I'm sorry,
Well,
but if you are in the culture of weed, and I've dealt with people on the Xbox who would get on, and their whole conversations all day would talk about the fucking smoke shop they work at, and what kind of weed they're smoking, and they'd be fucking puffing up on their damn bong in the middle of playing Overwatch. And I'm sorry, but at that point it's an addiction because it's all you can fucking think about.
well, and see, here's the thing, and because I know stoners, I live with one, and I've smoked it myself a number of times. The thing about weed is, well, for one, to correct you, it is not a drug. Because it hasn't been processed in a special way or whatever. It's just been grown and you're smoking it. But anyways, yeah, it becomes a drug when you have to cut it with something to, like, cocaine or whatever, because people are stupid that way. Anyways, no, because it's naturally occurring. You don't have to do anything to it. You can pick it right off the plant and start smoking it. The thing about the addiction quality, though, is, and this is something I've noticed with a number of different people, weed is, more particularly THC, is not an addiction. It is not addictive unless you have an addictive personality or you have a shitty life, because it makes you feel good. You will constantly return to it. If you're in a lot of pain, you return to it. There was one point I was using edibles. It's just 10 cc's of, and at that point it is a drug, 10 cc's of THC straight into my body, and that was because I was working 15-hour days in a restaurant, and I'd come home and I was hurting like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
I mean, people use it for pain, and it's really great for pain. But the only people that get addicted to it are people who mentally want it, not people that need it, but people who want it.
Yeah.
And I think to some degree, it's at some point some of it's semantics, but yeah, there is like a difference between there is a chemical addiction and then there is a behavioral dependency.
Mm-hmm.
On the
There's different types of dependencies and addictions. Like, for me, I have become there would be points where I become mentally dependent on certain medications. I have stomach issues, and there would be certain medications I would just take even if I didn't physically need them, but just mentally I would take them anyway.
Yeah.
And some of them could lead to some really nasty side effects after taking them for so long. So
yeah. And like another thing to consider is that there is a large portion of the population that requires a psychoactive substance in order to function from day to day. It's called caffeine. And there are some people who
I love coffee.
Yeah. And there's some people who need it so often that when they finally get off it, they start to exhibit symptoms because their body is so used to having that substance there that they don't react well to its lack of presence.
Well, that's partly because caffeine is actually highly physically addictive.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we can buy caffeine unregulated off the internet. And I mean, I'm not sure how controlled it is now, but the last I heard about caffeine, you can go on to any like health food distributor online and buy caffeine by the pounds. There were kids that were being sent to the hospitals for heart attacks because they buy this shit off the internet and mix more caffeine in with their monsters and their fucking NOS and shit. And it's like, are you that fucking stupid? You know, because they're not just, they're putting it in by the boatload because they want it. It's not even because they need it. And it makes no sense to me because, like, okay, in my case, I have to be careful about energy drinks because it really fucks me up. I love the flavors of Rockstar, in particular the what is it? The orange cream and the strawberry cream are my favorite
Those
flavors
are good.
of that.
Orange cream's very fucking good.
Oh,
know
yes, I
exactly
love it.
the one you're talking about. It's
But
orange and
here's the
white one with, like,
problem.
the zigzags.
Yeah. Well, and see, here's the problem. After a couple of hours, depending on how long it's been since I've had a Rockstar, but after a couple of hours or a couple of days, I'll start getting the spins really fucking bad. Like, can't stand up straight, can't see straight for a couple of seconds or whatever until it passes. It's really debilitating, and that's the come down or the side effect. I'm not really sure which it is, but I was suffering through that for a while because working overnight, trying to get used to the schedule, and the caffeine is helping. And so I was on Rockstars for a little while, and then I started getting the spins really bad. Well, then I cut the Rockstars out, and I still had the spins really bad for a couple of weeks until it was out of my system.
As I was saying, is I used to take a medication for my stomach called promethazine, and
Sounds familiar.
they use it in cough syrup, but it's also what they call an antiemetic, which basically is an anti-nausea type medication.
Oh, okay. Kind of like I've gotten Dramamine hanging around just for that reason.
It's very, very, very similar to Dramamine, except it's more potent.
Oh god, Dramamine knocks me the fuck out.
No, dude, like, okay, I was about to, real quick before I go into what I was gonna say is, the first time I took promethazine, it would knock me out for 12 hours straight, but
oh god.
You can actually get high off this shit, but anyway.
I'd rather not.
No, I have gotten high off of it, but basically because I was taking it every day because I sort of needed it at the time, and then there would be times where I didn't need it, but I'd still take it. This way, it would get to the point where in the middle of summer, it's like 110 degrees outside, I would just stop sweating altogether. And my body temperature would shoot up to like 101 because I just stopped sweating. So for like 2 to 3 weeks after I stopped taking it and moved to something else, I still wasn't sweating until one day I just finally started seeing beads of sweat appear on my forehead. And just the idea of me just being so excited and happy to see myself sweating is just was so weird.
Are we still on killing babies, by the way?
No.
Yeah,
I thought we were on to the next question.
Yeah.
No, we haven't
no,
gone
we're
over
not.
that one.
No, we haven't.
Though,
Yeah.
I will say, like, if look, if you are like one of those kids or whatever who does think, oh, I'll take this and mix it in. No, your body does not need that much caffeine. Like, okay, however much is in an energy drink, that's already pushing it. Stick with that. You don't need to make it any harder. Instead of spending that money on like drugs and shit, consider subscribing to the Barcast.
A different kind of drug.
Yes, we are a different type
But
of drug.
this is the kind of drug that you will never see.
You'll never see.
You will never see come back your way in any way other than love. We donate. We take all of our proceeds and we give it to the Red Wings Horse Sanctuary in some city out in California that I do not remember the name of.
We swear to God, it goes to something good.
It does, and we're pretty close to getting a letter written from the horse that we are sponsoring right now, because we're actually to that point where we are sponsoring the horse. Like, they're getting the food. This horse is getting the food he needs. He's getting the shots he needs. He's getting cleaned and brushed and whatnot, as far as we know. And our favorite thing about it is you all voted, and the horse we chose was named Big Mac, by no amount of coincidence, I'm sure.
They knew.
Yeah, they knew. They fucking knew.
Well, Pencil's familiar with that sanctuary, so I'm sure there's some sort of shenanigans went down.
Probably. Or if you are feeling so generous, you can donate to my Patreon, and the first $15 of it goes towards keeping this multi-stream alive, so that you can continue watching this. And I'm sorry I haven't been drawing as much as I normally do. I'm just really out of it today.
Damn
But
it,
the
Rob.
conversations have been pretty livid, to say the least. Fucking drugs, man.
Yeah.
Oh, no! I gotta do the thing. I gotta do the jingle. Smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
God, no, we do not endorse that at all. It's just a fun topic sometimes.
Yeah, don't do drugs, kids.
Don't
Unless
do
they're
drugs.
really good.
Go listen to Nate Dogg.
Yeah, no.
Only do a little bit of drugs.
No, fuck off.
You do a little bit of drugs every time you put something in your mouth. If it didn't come straight off the stock and into your mouth, it's technically a drug by
Not sure
every
that's what drug
weird
means.
legal standard. But anyways, question number 2. Would you rather have to watch your parents have sex every night for the rest of your life, or join in once? Jesus Christ.
Killing yourself is always an option.
I'd rather watch it every night. I don't pick the third option because I'm not a pussy bitch.
Well,
Yeah.
Watch
I
it
would-
every night.
Look, my parents are old. They're like in their, they're like
Parents
almost
are in their
60.
50s. Yeah, it's
My-
about to be over. So whatever.
No, my parents are older than that, like in their 60s. So I would choose option C. So.
I'm getting Jeff Dunham flashbacks of when Peanut was making fun of old people still having sex because it involved his parents. And was it good for you? I can't remember.
I remember that. He's proud that he's taken over half of the stream, by the way.
Yeah.
What now?
Poppy, you gluttonous prick.
Well, it's because we got severely off topic.
Yeah.
In a fun manner.
Yeah, we have. Okay.
Well, I'd
I would endure the bloody. I would kill myself, Blood Eagle style. Okay. Question 3: would you rather suck a used tampon that you found on the street, or a used condom? I'd rather
I'd
stick
rather
my
suck
hand in a
coffee
blender.
I would suck off coffee.
Yeah, me too.
That's yeah, I would too. Coffee,
But actually,
we're all
if I had to
coming
pick
for you,
between
man.
those, I'm gonna go with the condom because I'd rather do cum than blood.
Well, that's well.
It's
What are
not
you,
much of a difference.
what are you,
if it's
fucking
all
gay?
infected.
I mean, they're both left in the street apparently, so that's pretty disgusting.
Well, look,
They're gonna be baking in the sun, fucking marinated.
I'm just saying, you know,
Ew.
Enigma's got that coming blood shit in his porn folder, so
No, I do not. The Alex was looking for that.
Yeah, no,
He
it's
fucking
smegma.
took it on his own.
well, Enigma did have smegma porn folder, so
By accident. I didn't realize it was there until fucking Alex pointed it out.
Need to check that
Uh-huh.
more often.
sure.
I.
Clean down there.
All right. What doesn't turn you on?
Women.
Doesn't turn me on. I'll give my serious answer followed by the joke answer. The serious answer is anything to do with feces, urine, diapers, macro, vor, hilariously enough.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
None of that stuff turns me on in any way. Also, my family will never turn me on, thank Jesus Christ. Man, Enigma,
Mm.
Mickey
And
turns me on.
you know what? The only thing that actually turns me on though again is probably coffee.
Yeah, man.
Very hard to
Look,
please,
man,
man.
you know, you gotta just go in sometimes.
Not even your fiance, just coffee.
Like
Kyrie, watch out. You know, coffee's still in your man.
I mean,
Yeah,
all of her limbs are composed of silicone right now, so
Yeah, you need to take your silicone limbs and you just slap him upside the head. Just be like, bitch, hands off. That's my man.
Oh God.
You got an accent down there.
Oh, I grew up in the South.
What does that have to do with anything?
Means he knows it really well.
Yes.
What, incest?
Well, look, I do also live in a city now with a ton of rednecks, and
What
I'm sure
state
some of
do
them
you
have.
live in?
I live in California.
That's not the fucking South.
I grew up in Texas.
That's not the South either. That's the Midwest.
Oh, fuck off. Go learn geography.
I am learning geography. If Arkansas is the Midwest and Texarkana is in Arkansas, then I'm sorry, but Texas is the Midwest.
Arkansas is not in the Midwest. What the fuck
It
told you
actually
that?
is. It's the Southwest or Midwest, depending on the area.
No, that's Missouri.
Nah, it's. Let's see.
Missouri is a central state. Believe me, I know. I used to live there. It sucks.
I lived right on the Gulf of Mexico. Suck my cock. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on, though. Hold on. I just want to see something real quick.
Well, on the
Actually,
subject
right.
of
Missouri is the end of that. However, I was right that Texas is Midwest, so suck my cock.
No, bitch. It's in the South. Go look up the definition of the South.
Nah, I don't need to. Midwest, sorry,
right.
Southwest.
Mm.
But Texas is entirely different than other southern states like Georgia.
Yeah, it
Alabama,
really
and
is.
the
Yes, it
Bible
is.
Belt. And also, California is literally nothing like anything in the South.
I
Florida and
don't-
California should never be called Southeast or Southwest. They should be considered their own places.
Yeah, I
Well-
agree with that one.
The city where I live in has a lot of oceans in it, so.
Mhm.
Well, okay. I'll go ahead and just state it outright. Things that do not turn me on: male gay porn,
Yeah.
What are you, gay?
inflation. Yeah, pretty much.
What do you must be really gay, Rob.
It,
Also, I should add inflation as well. What the fuck is like deal with that?
Well,
How is that?
well,
sexy?
okay. Being like
Like, if-
overly
like, if
full
it's
of
a little
cum
tiny
is
bit of
somewhat
it,
turning on,
and
but
like
like
Yeah.
if it's a little
Yeah,
bit of it,
like,
fine, I
a
can
little
deal with
bit
it.
of a little bit of a belly bulge is kind of sexy,
I
know.
like it.
But
Also,
when you're
real
talking
quick,
about they're inflating to the point where these fucking 2,000 pound blubbering beasts,
I
and
just
yeah,
need
no,
to
fuck that. That's
interject
disgusting.
real quick because I saw something in the chat. Jack, Oklahoma is not the winningest college football team of all time. That would be Michigan. So shut your fucking face, you idiot. Showing off your Oklahoma IQ there.
Oh,
Your team
okay.
is the most successful team of all time. They fucking lost the national championship to my team, Florida. So you can suck my dick, boy.
And here I am not giving a shit about sports, so.
It's probably never heard
Yeah,
of Michigan.
same.
Michigan is the winningest college football program of all time, and it's not even close. I think they have more than 200 wins than the next closest.
I'm pretty sure Mexico State's even better, though. Let's be real.
What?
I'm pretty sure Mexico State is even better.
Better at what?
Football. Football.
I'm talking about American football. If I meant soccer, I would say soccer.
It's football, though.
I sure do enjoy that local sports ball team.
Look,
I'm all
I'm just,
for the local
I'm just,
ball team.
I'm just saying, I went to see a fight and a hockey game broke out. I don't know what happened.
All right.
Also, hyping, so I'm sure you heard that.
So I'll go on to our next topic. Which is worse, learning Japanese because you watch anime, or learning Klingon because you're a Trektard?
As a guy who actually does speak Japanese,
And we all know why you learned it.
Learning
Yeah.
Japanese because of anime is worse because most of the people who do that don't even do it to watch the anime. They do it to walk around in public saying shit like kawaii desu. And
That's so
then
true.
you shouldn't even say the U in des, by the way. But I
it's
fucking
silent.
hate them. I fucking hate them.
It's
I
silent.
tried to learn Japanese at one point and I had to stop because I was just being lumped in with those fucking retards.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I love Japanese culture. I love their history. And
Likewise.
honestly, I still do love the anime to some degree. Until you start running into, oh, hey, this is a cookie cutter of that anime or that one
Yeah.
or that one. And
if-
I love it. I love the base language. It's a beautiful language.
It's
It really is.
Mhm.
But the
However-
fucking anime culture can go suck my dick and
Can't,
die in a fire.
If anyone says they like anime and their top anime is anything that has to do with like a harem or just fucking people being retardedly cute for no reason, I lose respect for them because why can't you watch a show that actually has substance? Why do you got to watch this fucking stupid bullshit like
Okay,
Monster Musume
if it's aired,
and,
if
and
it,
just jack off to these characters all the time?
well, I mean, I read the manga for that one, but that's
The
more
manga's
so
alright,
because.
but the anime is just and then like visual novels are just
Oh yeah, no, I saw the
trash.
anime. The anime is kind of it's more fan servicey than the manga, which
Fan
is really
service is
bad.
the worst thing. That's why I like Kill la Kill because it made fun of it perfectly.
I know they did. Okay, here's a good way to say it. If that anime that you're watching has reached American daytime television, there's something wrong with it.
Oh, so I saw that Coffee posted something. I'm gonna ask a random question. Hey, Coffee. Did you know, since you said all women in anime sound the same, that Goku is voiced by a 70-year-old woman in Japanese?
Whoa.
Yeah,
God, I hope
that is
that's
a
true.
talented 70-year-old woman.
Oh God, I hope that's true.
It is true.
Or
I will even
Sisters
tell you
also
her name.
voiced by
Hold on, I will tell you her name. Give me a sec. Goku's voice actress is, let me see. Her name is Masako Nozawa, and she's 81 now.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. I mean, I prefer Dragon Ball in the English, but that's
Dragon Ball in English is preferred by most people simply because the music is better. Then again,
it's
there's not a lot
always
of
better.
music in the Japanese version. What they try to do. This is coming from a huge Dragon Ball fan, by the way. I've watched this show too many fucking times.
Then
But,
you've seen the Broly saga. You remember
I've
the
seen
music for the
everything.
first one?
I've
My
seen
God.
everything.
Dude,
But
I
anyways.
was just getting into heavy metal when I saw that,
Oh yeah.
and I fucking orgasmed all over that
Talking
soundtrack.
about the movies,
my
right?
God. Yes, the movie.
Yeah, the movies
The Broly
always had good
movies.
music.
The Broly movies in
but
particular, the very first one.
Yes, Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan.
Yes.
But the problem I have with Japanese Dragon Ball Z isn't even the lack of music, because in Dragon Ball Z in Japanese, they substitute music for the most part for trying to go for more of an environmental feel. Like the scene is being set for you. You don't need epic music, and I understand that. But we're fucking like mostly, we're Europeans and Americans. We need all that fucking cool shit and the guitars and the fucking screaming, and we need that because it's fucking action. But
I mean, if
the
you've
main
listened,
flaw I have with Dragon Ball in Japanese is that the voice actors, most of them either don't care or they don't sound like they should be the character they are. Like if you listen to Vegeta or Goku or Frieza or Cell in English,
yeah, they all sound like they're stuck in helium.
they sound, they in Japanese they do, but in American or in English they sound perfect. They sound exactly like you'd think that character would sound. And everyone
Because
shits
they've
all
got a
over
better
Frieza's
market over
original
here.
voice by Linda Young, but she did a great job in my opinion. Like if the voice fits the character, that's what matters. It doesn't matter how the character sounds. But that's the main flaw that I've had with that. It's kind of the same with Gurren Lagann. I preferred it in English simply because the person who played Viral really just in Japanese pissed me off. I hated his voice so goddamn much. But in English, he was so good.
Yeah, the voices
Another anime
for.
I recommend, by the way.
You know what's up? Well, you know what's also two good animes that sound great. Actually, three that sound great in English.
Which one?
Death Note,
Death
Hellsing
Note is
Ultimate.
awesome.
Hellsing Ultimate, and because it's actually set in America, Bakano.
Also,
I will argue for the original Full Metal Alchemist anime because it is voiced phenomenally well first time.
Yeah, it works.
actually, the best English dub to ever come out though was Cowboy Bebop.
I would argue Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell
Yes,
was really good.
Standalone Complex had an
But
amazing.
for me, it's Cowboy Bebop because I just love Spike Spiegel in that so much. He's voiced perfectly in the English dub, and every time I watch that show, the ending makes me cry. It's so goddamn good.
I know, it's so sad too. But I will say that as much as I like Cowboy Bebop, I much prefer Outlaw Star.
Coffee also
Nobody
brought up
fucking-
another good one, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes, that is a really
That
good
is a
one.
great show.
I never got to watch it.
I also really loved Fairy Tail, but it fucking goes on forever, just like a lot of other anime. And I understand.
Yeah, it's cookie
I am
cutter.
speaking about this as a Dragon Ball fan, so I don't have much room to talk. But I think one of my favorite things about this Dragon Ball series is that their excuse for filler is a lot of the times funny, and the conversations are generally funny if you're a fan of the show because you get the characters.
Hmm.
But I cannot fucking stand like all the filler in shows like Bleach or
Well, I
fucking
mean-
Fairy Tail.
Okay, I will. The only filler I will defend in Bleach is I think it's Zenpachi.
That was it
Yeah.
is that, and that was good
His was
filler.
fucking amazing.
Dragon Ball actually also has what I believe to be the most hilarious filler episode of any anime, which is when Goku and Piccolo were trying to learn how to drive.
Oh god,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh dear God, Piccolo wore like a shirt from Goku's closet that said like "bad dude" or something on it.
Yeah, I remember that was one of the first actual arcs that I watched of Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Z.
That was
So
because
fucking funny.
that was leading up to, if I remember correctly,
The Android Saga.
I haven't watched that in a while, but that was leading up to the androids. That was a little after he got back to Earth, and that was part of a 4-part thing. The other ones actually had a little story, but again, they were all filler. They weren't in the manga.
Hmm.
Also, Piccolo was going too slow and Goku too fast. Art.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that Piccolo went slow and the whole time was following all the rules, but his driver was a fucking hothead, and they got cut off at one point, and Piccolo was trying to stay chill, and she was just like fucking grabbing the wheel trying to chase the dude down. She ended up failing him because he left the car to go save a bus of kids or something.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You can't get out from behind the wheel."
And if-
Also, someone said favorite saga in Dragon Ball Z. I'm definitely always going to say that the Frieza saga is my favorite. Like just from the start of the show up until I think it was episode 180 or something around there. But
Speaking of,
anything with Vegeta and Frieza is fantastic.
Speaking about that driving segment, what's funny is that Piccolo normally flies like millions of miles per hour, yet this lady, when she takes the wheel, he's actually scared for his life.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. Like,
Well, it's the difference between driving the car yourself and having somebody else in control of where you're going.
yeah,
It's a very different experience. It's the same thing when you're flying in a plane. You have to be very comfortable with the fact that this guy is driving you through the air, thousands of feet above the ground, and you have no control over where that plane is going.
yeah. Also, I was vastly off with my episode count because I'm rusty. It was episode 107 now that I think about it.
Okay, moving
the
on
first
from the
107
weebs. We're moving on from the weebs. Why is Celestia's butt the best butt?
Celestia's butt the best butt.
Bendy?
Well,
Is that
Ravage,
you?
I will tell you why Celestia's butt is the best butt, and it's because she's the best princess.
Excuse me?
Honestly,
Mm,
anyone can
are
say
you
Luna is
stolen
the
me?
best princess, but the only reason they say that is because they're loser virgins.
Mm,
Celestia is the best princess because not only is her cutie mark better in general, her
really.
design is better in general.
Not
Also,
really.
she managed to run the kingdom herself for 1,000 years, yet Luna needs all this fucking help from 3 other princesses. Get this weak ass bitch out
Yeah,
of my
'cause she wants
face.
to do a good job. Celestia just...
I
Oh,
will
no,
fucking
Celestia
kill
did
you.
do a good- Celestia did do a good job. Luna was
Not
so
really.
fucking useless that she was banished for 1,000 years and everything was perfectly fine. Nothing went wrong until she came back again in the series premiere. Fucking debate me on that. That is exactly how the show has gone down. As soon as she came back in that first episode, shit hit the fan. She makes the world worse.
Well,
I
Fight me
don't.
in
hold
real
on,
life.
Hold on. She might be doing it on purpose. She
could
might
be
have
doing it
set
on
Discord free. She might have set Samba free. She also might have brought the Storm King in.
Actually,
Yeah,
I will
I
say
would
this.
argue
The
it's a
one-
coup d'état
The
in
one
progress.
thing, the one thing that did happen after she was banished, which I'm pretty sure happened after that, because Star Swirl did it, was the fucking Dazzlings getting banished to their universe.
No,
But
that
that's
was
also
before.
not canon.
That was
That was-
before.
Was it
that
before?
was-
Well, they never really say it was before. All they say
Okay,
is Star Swirl. did
Okay,
it.
hold on.
Star Swirl was alive after Luna was banished.
Yeah. Oh wait, yeah,
But
you're
you
right.
don't know when it was. It could have been after she was
Well,
banned.
actually, he was around before she was banned.
Yeah, but he was also around after. That's what I'm saying. You don't know when he banished the Dazzlings into the EQG verse.
Well,
All
and
you
here's
know
the
is
thing.
that he did.
Oh, you just pointed out something to me that they broke canon for. Through the entire. Well, God damn it. Can I say it? Can I spoil
Yeah,
the finale?
say it. Yeah. No. I haven't watched it. For the
Yeah. You'll. Okay.
No,
Just remember what you said about Star Swirl being around after Luna's banishment. Keep that in mind while you watch the season finale, and
Okay,
then come
I
back to
shall.
me. You'll have the same realization I just did.
All right, I shall.
Mm.
Also, I've always had this. I had this realization at one point, and I cannot remember exactly what it was, but it basically came down to Twilight going into the EQG world is basically the root of everything bad that's happened in that world, and she's at fault. Like, if
Yeah,
that's
she
kinda
just didn't
true.
go there,
Mhm.
if she had never gone there and activated her magic, then the Dazzlings would not have come. In the third one, there wouldn't have been any fucking equestrian magic to let loose. So,
Okay,
like,
but hold on.
in a whole
You
thing-
skipped the first one. Though,
I did skip the
because
first
that-
one, and I will say in the
because
first one it's not her fault. But basically, her helping them, again, just kind of like Luna in the first season, basically led to all this other shit happening.
You know, it could be because she's in the second movie. It could be because Twilight and all the others summoned Horse Jesus.
Mhm.
Also, Coffee is right. Luna was at fault for the Tantabus.
not really.
Well,
You know,
not
when you
really.
said-
She created it. You cunt.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
it's
guys, she did
self-harm.
explicitly make.
Victim
That's like
blaming.
saying Jigsaw from the Saw movies isn't at fault for the people who died. Like, I'm sorry, but that's fucking stupid. He put them in a trap and they died. That's him. Luna devised the Tantabus, and ponies could have died. That's her fault.
Well, she didn't mean to.
She didn't mean to. Well,
Okay,
you know what?
okay,
If I
Alex,
accident-
Alex,
if I accidentally
hold
tripped and
up.
Stabbed my dog in the neck. I didn't mean to. Too bad it happened.
Look, officer, I didn't mean to just nuke half the world, okay?
I didn't mean to cut
Well-
off my fiance's limbs.
At least with that, ultimately nothing happened. No one got
That's it.
hurt.
Yes,
That's
it's
I
right.
fine.
think the moral of this Aesop's Sable, Sable,
Isn't it
Fable.
Fable, Aesop's Fable
Or
is
Aesop.
the road to hell is paved with good intention.
By
Is it really
Celeste.
Aesop?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Aesop.
That's that fucker from One Piece,
I'm pretty
right?
sure it's Aesop.
No,
It's an
you-
axe.
No.
No.
Enigma, go to the library, pick up a book. It's called Aesop's Fables. You can literally read this book from front to back and match every single story and moral in that story to every kid's cartoon you've watched in the last 20 years.
So, talking about when you guys said earlier that Celestia was the one causing all this, that sort of gave me the idea that she has like that firefighter mentality.
Hey, I looked it up. It is Aesop.
Yeah, because it's
Okay.
an ash. It's pronounced E. But you
Yeah, that's what I
Americans-
thought. A
you-
is
Aesop.
E.
All right, so where
Hey.
Celestia has that firefighter mentality, where there's been reported cases where firefighters would cause fires just to put them out and get all the fame and glory.
Also,
And-
her ass is the best because it's the biggest. Sorry, I just like interrupting you.
I could
I
see Celestia doing that, but it backfires every time because Twilight and her friends show up and solve the problem for her.
Yeah. You know what though? I'm gonna have to actually change my mind now that Tempest is a character. She has the best butt.
Yeah, but she's not a
You're
princess, so that's not the point.
Well,
Oh, it does it say princess? Hold on.
Oh, no, it doesn't say Princess Celestia, but it just says Celestia. Okay,
well
so we're
then-
not talking princess, but
Okay, so everything's
Oh, well, then the best
butts
butt
are
is
open.
Rosebud. She's got a flower there. And bloom.
oh god. So, like, the head of your dick just kind of flowers
Yes,
open. That's kind of
absolutely.
scary.
Yes.
That's really
Absolutely.
fucking scary.
God, so
It's like the foreskin just peels back in petals.
Oh.
Surprise, I'm here. Oh god, that's actually making me sick to think about. Moving on.
move on.
What, we're not going to
Uh,
talk about
hey, that's a
the
nice
creepy
segue,
face
too.
hugger dick?
That's a nice segue. Dick's here. What's the deal with Fuda?
Hot.
I like Fuda because I'm not into gay porn, but like a girl with
I'm
a
not
dick,
gay,
you
but
know,
I'm just opportunistic.
a girl with a dick fucking another girl is kind of hot in my opinion. Like I'm sorry, but like I'd rather
Yeah.
watch something real than a fucking strap on.
But here's my gripe with it though. Like if there's gonna be Fuda, have Fuda be around for a reason, not just don't just have it be like that Twilight always had a fucking dick this entire fucking time.
Have it be
And then
around
no
for a
one's surprised.
reason. This is coming from the Dragon Tits man. Shut your fucking face. How does she have tits?
No, that backfired terribly on you.
It's an Anthro universe, you asshole.
It is not, and you know what? Most Anthro dragons don't have tits. You're the only fucking weirdo I've seen that's done it.
Mm.
You
I
haven't
will
been around the
find
furry
other
fandom much,
references.
have you?
No, apparently not.
You know why they don't have tits? Because they're
Reptiles.
reptiles.
That's where egg juice.
Oh.
Last time I checked, my fucking like pet frogs I had didn't breastfeed their children.
Well, clearly, Sam, if you got the wrong type of frog, according
And
to
I
the
get they are
logic.
amphibians and not reptiles, but the idea remains the same.
Oh no! You see, you need to go find those supposed mammalian frogs. Is what you
Yeah.
need to find.
But no, I can enjoy my fucking Fuda just like you enjoy your dragon tits, you fucking sniveling cunt. Let me enjoy things.
Yes.
How's that? How about you don't be sitting up here all high and mighty
Well,
like,
here's
well, there has
a
to be a
better- here's
reason.
a-
How about this? It's porn.
Look, okay, I'm just gonna throw it out. I don't care if Enigma wants to put his mouth on some dragon tits, and I don't
I
care.
don't
if
either.
someone-
In general.
I don't.
but
I don't
be a
care,
dick.
Seventh, if you want to go suck on some Fuda dick. Okay, look, I would too, but let's just.
You would suck on
it's-
Fuda dick?
Yeah, I would.
That's
Ugh.
fucking gay. I would too.
What are you, gay?
It's a girl. It's not gay. It's only half gay.
Is it 3/5 gay?
If she's black.
Oh God!
Oh god.
Nice one.
No racism in this, remember?
Damn. Okay.
Okay. So okay, I'll just throw my 2 cents in on this. Honestly, the thing that irks me about Fuda isn't the fact that it's chicks with dicks. The thing that irks me is that 90% of it, especially involving the anthro ponies, they're fucking huge.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
a good.
I'm
that is
sorry.
reasonable.
If you know
Giants.
anything about biology, the dick fills with blood in order to become like that. How much fucking blood have you lost to your brain?
I'd say
Like,
it's worse with giant tits, personally. Like, whenever I see a tits that are like fucking G-sized.
Yeah, but
in
see,
like a hentai,
it's
I'm sitting here
Yeah, but
thinking
they
that
don't.
the
They
creator drew
don't. They
them
don't
that way,
deflate. They don't deflate or inflate based on arousal.
yeah, but see, and I kind of agree with Rav's reasoning there because if you think about it, it would be, I guess you could say, be more plausible to have giant ass tits than to have a dick.
Oh, no, no,
that's
no.
This is
No, no, no.
just as
See,
shitty of
actual
an argument.
No, no,
This
no.
is
See,
just
that-
as shitty of an argument as why does it have to be there in the first place, though? It's fucking Fuda cock. It's not real.
I know, and I'm using the biology just to back up my opinion. But
And
my
that's
opinion
fair.
is,
I
why
also
does
have
it
the
have to be
opinion that
so
they shouldn't
goddamn
giant.
big?
I have the opinion of that too. Listen, if it's too big to fit into the girl, how is that hot?
Because you can touch the belly button from the inside. Apparently, that's hot.
You know what's
Cervical
really hot? You want to
front
know what's really hot? Coffee. Let's talk more about him.
Oh, God.
Yeah, look,
Coffee is fantastic.
I ain't gay.
Oh.
Better than tea, but I would
Oh.
teabag him.
Hang on. No. Fuck coffee.
I want
He-
to.
Yeah.
I know you do. I know you do. But I realized that I segued into this next topic without even realizing it. How much dick is too much in terms of size?
When it's,
Okay, dick. How much dick is too much in terms of size? Again, once it becomes comically large, to the point of, wow, is this really going to fit into that vagina? It's like the size of her fucking body. That's too large. The
Oh,
largest dick
God,
in the world
you
is
just
Jonah
reminded me.
Falcon, which is like 13 inches if I remember correctly, and most
Yeah,
women
13
find that
inches.
repulsive.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a story. And you're gonna enjoy this. So back when I was like 16 or 17, right? Just finally got access to the internet without my mom's fucking computer. And honestly, I don't remember on what device it was. But anyways, um, so this is I was getting into anime, I was getting into hentai, right? And one of the weirdest, strangest images that I could have possibly come across. I wasn't even looking for anything like anatomically, like detailed and correct, and in this case, comically incorrect. I came across probably the one image that disturbed me the most I'd ever fucking seen, and
no.
there were two lolicon girls that now that I'm older and I realize that's what it was. They were both Fuda, had massive fucking dicks as big as their bodies, and one of them was fucking dick fucking the other one.
What did they look like?
One had black hair, one had blonde hair. That's about the only distinguishing
Did
features
they
they
have,
had.
was one of them dressed like a witch or something?
I want to say yes.
Was the other one dressed in red?
I don't know. It was black and
Okay,
white.
because if there was one that was a witch, dressed as a witch, you just found some fucking lolly toho porn, boy.
Ew, great.
Would be Reimu and.
Okay.
Fuck, I can't
Hold
think of
on.
her name.
This is what makes this funny. This story even remotely funny. I didn't know about fetishes at this point. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I was just looking for regular porn, and then
You
ta-da! There it
poor
was.
Sheltered child.
No, well, I was, yeah, but I mean, really, I go looking for the most basic thing, and if I remember right, it was tit fucking, and that is what. And apparently, this fucking search mixed up tit and dick, and I got dick fucking, and that was it.
Okay. Was one of them? I'm gonna post this in the mug shots because I'm actually genuinely curious. And the moment you said lolly porn, I immediately thought it has to be this.
Oh God.
Give me a sec.
Oh god.
Was one of them? I'm posting it
Seven.
now.
We're
Well,
now
short blonde hair and long black hair. Are
here on
kind
the
of really
mug shots.
common.
We
Was that
talk
her?
about our past characters.
I can't tell.
Oh man.
Because they were both profile views. They were both very generic characters. It was done in black and white. All I knew, based on the lack of color, was that one of them had long dark hair. The other one had short blonde hair, or blue, depending on.
How would
character.
childhood you have reacted knowing that you were gonna go to jail for looking at CP? You sick fuck.
I
That
didn't know, honestly. It was more. It was
Actually,
honestly. It was
okay,
more of a shock that it was like massive dick fucking another massive dick. That I didn't even honestly notice the age. It was one of those things that like it stuck in my mind so hard because it was so twisted for what I was used to. It was like seeing vaginas for the first time. It was one of those fucking. How does this work again?
It just does not compute.
Yeah, it was one of those moments. It was sickening and repulsed, and it's like watching a train wreck. You can't look away. Your brain is sitting there trying to figure this out, and it's like, what the fuck am I actually looking at here? And how is this hot? And why the fuck do I have a boner while I'm talking while I'm looking at this? No, that was my next thought when I found this. It's like, why the fuck do I have a hard on for this?
That awkward.
It was like,
Yeah,
Are
you
no, I'm not right. No, I'm not right now. That actually, even the memory of this repulses me.
Are
But
you sure that wasn't your fetish, though?
I'm definitely sure because I never went looking for it again.
But you had a boner, though.
I reckon he made a folder for it on his mum's computer.
Seventh is just hacking the matrix, looking for this image. You can hear it.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
I'm
just
sure.
like to type. Typing is fun.
Okay, the next
keyboard
topic
as well.
is kick the baby.
Don't kick
Don't
the baby.
Pick the baby.
Don't
kick the
goddamn
goddamn
baby. Kick the baby.
Oh god, yeah, I laughed my ass off the first time I watched South Park,
Park
and that
is-
was what I saw.
South Park, in my opinion, is. I mean, I love shows like Futurama, early Family Guy, American Dad, but to me, South Park is consistently the funniest fucking animated show I have ever seen.
I liked the
There's
first
not
5
a single
seasons.
episode that doesn't have funny moments.
Honestly, I liked the first 5 seasons of South Park. After that, it just became, okay, what can we do to offend everyone this week?
That's what I love, but I also love that they stick with current topics because did you know they make their episodes in 3 days?
Yeah.
I know.
There was
I
one
know.
week where they actually missed the deadline, and you know why?
Huh.
The power went out at their place, and their generator failed as well, so they couldn't get the episode done in time, and they had to air 2 episodes a week after that.
Huh.
But I have mad respect for the fact that they can make a whole episode of that in 3 days, and it's still critically acclaimed.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta figure it's all cut and paste, and after that, it's just getting the voice actors to do their shit. All right, next topic, going from insanely stupid to possibly insanely stupid, depending on your outlook. What do you hope for in the afterlife? Because we're all going to hell, but
Did I get lemon lube on my spick going up my ass?
No,
No,
we're not
you get
going into
pineapple.
the shed. Fuck
you get pineapple.
No,
You get
Enigma,
I
pineapple
hope
up the
for
ass,
in
just
the-
like Hitler.
Afterlife.
Enigma, we are not doing anal in the shed.
I really hope that in the afterlife there's some quality Widowmaker porn by Enigma, because God knows I'm not going to get it in this life.
When is your wedding? I will try to get that done before your wedding and give it to you as a
I
present.
don't know when my wedding is, but if you give me that shit as a wedding gift when my family is around, I'm going to fucking dick punch you.
I'll send it to you discreetly, and you guys can read it during the honeymoons.
Just be like, I can't remember which fucking Tekken character it is, but there's one where he goes like, it is a straight up fucking dick punch, and not even just a straight dick punch. I mean, it's backhand. He just like stands up real tall and then crouches down real low and then wham right in the dick.
But is it straight if you touch another man's dick?
When you're doing cup check, yeah.
Hey, you know what's funny? A lot of people talk about Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, but did you know that Tekken is actually the best-selling fighting series in history?
I would believe that.
And that is amazing to me because a lot of people nowadays forget about how Tekken 2 and 3 were considered not even just the best fighting games, but among the best games of all time. Just good.
I don't know. For me, it was Tekken 6 because I got into it late.
6 was really good.
I started with Tekken Tag, and it was the bowling thing that got it for me.
Oh, God damn it. Tekken Tag Tournament or whatever?
Yeah, the original. And, yeah, it was the fucking bowling thing, and the fact that you could lose your fucking head throwing a bowling ball down the lane and shit. So, that was what got me into Tekken. And then when I had a job and finally got a 360, Tekken 6 came out. And I played the ever-loving shit out of that game, and I still have it.
Shit. I'm about to post the reviews for Tekken 3, by the way, just to show you how insane this is. Holy Jesus. Why is it not letting me do that? Give me a sec.
Okay, while you're doing that, everybody else, what is your hope for the afterlife?
Good question.
It doesn't have to be something that you're secretly hoping for, because we all know you're secretly hoping to go to Equestria at that point.
Damn. I mean,
we all know that's what you're hoping for, and we all know I'm projecting. So yeah.
But if every dead person went to Equestria, it would just be really shit because everyone would be there.
And if you died and went there, do you go there as a human or a pony?
No, you go there displaced.
Oh God,
shit.
You go there as a fucking gay dragon.
Yeah. Oh, you mean Steven Magnet, that gay dragon?
Yeah, that gay dragon.
Alright, I'm posting it in the mug shots real quick. This is actually fucking insane for a fighting game when I look at these. It's like, if you look at this, you'd assume you were looking at the reviews for like a Zelda game.
I gotta open it up in a new window because my fucking computer is being retarded.
I guess my hope in the afterlife is all the pizza I can eat. emphasis on can.
Huh. Damn.
For
Well-
me,
Also, I can't wait for this next question.
Oh god. Oh god.
Damn, Rav.
So, anyways, hopes for the afterlife. Any of you have any before we move on?
For me, honestly, it's kind of a thought of I kind of hope it's something like a vacation, except like it is the best fucking thing ever. And then reincarnation, so that you can go on and live out and do some interesting stuff that may or may not involve some suffering and fucking goddamn bullshit. But then you get to have a good time off eventually.
But what if you get
Yeah.
reincarnated as something bad, like a hedgehog?
Like a
Or
like a
parasite?
dragon with
Yeah.
tits.
Or you get reincarnated as a pickled fetus.
Well, they're not alive, so I'm not sure that's.
Well,
Or
then you wouldn't be alive, would you?
Or you get reincarnated as a sentient tub of lemon flavored.
No. You get reincarnated as the pineapple we used to annoy Enigma with, or to shove up
If it,
his
I
ass.
would-
means,
I
if
would
it
like that,
means
though.
if it means giving
You
Enigma
wouldn't be the
suffering,
pineapple
I
that
would
we
gladly
shove up
suffer
his
that
ass.
fate.
What if you got
Okay. Alright, I won't say my answer because it's too emotionally.
It's too emo.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, emotions.
God
Isn't this
damn,
the
Raph, are you
emo
gonna-
stream?
Are you
No, that
gonna
was
start
last
splitting
week.
your
No,
race?
I don't want to. I don't want to turn this into a downer like I did last time.
Okay.
Okay. So the next topic is remember last night? Yeah, me neither. Top 5 times you've been drunk and enjoyed it.
Fucking Midwest Brony Fest 2016 when Famous puked everywhere. There's another night
Ooh.
recently where I drank, I think, 8 beers, half a bottle of Hypnotic, half a bottle of whiskey, a little bit of vodka. That was a fun night. 5 best
You got
times
a
I've been
dick
drunk.
driven on you?
There was a time I got so drunk I pissed on my keyboard because I thought I'd walked to the bathroom.
I heard about that one.
Yeah. First time I ever got drunk outside at the park in front of my neighborhood with some friends back in 2014. Yeah, when I turned 21.
Hmm.
God, that was a while back, actually. And my favorite time getting drunk ever, though, was the night both me and Micah got drunk and she confessed that she liked me.
Oh.
Nice.
Aw.
Gay.
I mean,
All right. The rest of you faggots have to give your top 5s if you have
I
them.
mean, it's sad. But all of mine will be.
No tangle.
All of mine will be Barker.
Yeah, I've-
related. Watching the Barker.
I've never been drunk.
Same.
I have drunk alcohol from time to time, but I don't think it has ever been to the extent that it made for an interesting story.
Oh,
It's
I've got
just
some
like, I
interesting
get
stories
pleasant
for you.
fun.
I don't drink to get drunk.
I do sometimes, but most of the time it's just because I actually like the taste of the drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
Seven,
Drink to
you
get
like my
drunk and hate
story.
the taste of the drink, you're a tool.
All right. Since all of you except for Seventh have just absolutely shit taste in alcohol, here we go. Let's see.
Oh,
I almost drowned in somebody's yard because I had to walk outside and take a piss. That same night, I woke up to one of the girls at the party throwing up on my favorite hat because she was half asleep on the couch and my hat was just like right there. And I walked in. I should move that before somebody throws up on it. And wouldn't you know, bleh, right there.
Nice.
That same night, I was too drunk to walk home. It was honest, and I didn't want to freeze to death in the ditch. And I was covered from my right leg all the way up to my right armpit in fucking cold ass water. Let's see. There was an orgy that happened on the bed that I was not going to join in on. I fell asleep on the couch, woke back up. 2 of them were still at it, like 3 hours later, and went back to sleep. Froze my ass all night. Woke up the next morning. And the girl that I had kissed that night didn't even fucking remember it because she drank too much. And it really pisses me off because I made her swoon. And it's like, fuck. So,
Come on,
I
man. You
remember
could have
that
gotten
story.
boned. You could've boned her and you fell out
Yeah.
asleep in the couch. Damn.
oh,
man.
I could have, but I honestly was too much of a stick in the mud back then. But anyways, That was the first time. Another time I got really drunk. There was an orgy happened on the bed, but I wasn't drunk enough for my fucking panic attacks to stop, so I had to sit through watching an
How many
orgy.
orgies did you
Thank
attend?
you.
Only
Jesus,
two.
Rev.
Only two.
And you
Um,
didn't get laid at. Damn, man, you didn't.
No, I never got laid at all, and honestly, I didn't want to fuck any of the chicks at those parties.
Oh, okay, well then.
Some of them were cute, but they were taken, so kind of can't do it.
So they weren't as good as the mugshots orgies.
Yeah, exactly. Ours are
not
far
even.
Ravage,
Oh yeah.
Ravage, how exactly does someone go about inviting you to an orgy?
I wasn't invited to an orgy. We were drinking at my buddy's house, and it just kind of happened.
Damn.
Yeah.
You blinked
Let's
and you opened your
see,
eyes. Oh, God.
Let's. Well, this isn't like a great story or anything, but I am personally proud of the fact that I got one of the most difficult people to get drunk, got her drunk while playing King's Cup. That was one time. Another time, I got drunk and, god damn, they all involve beer and they all involve somebody else having sex around me. Jesus Christ!
God damn, this is depressing as
I'm
fuck.
starting to thread here where you're drinking because you're not getting
no,
laid.
no. Oh no, it was funny. It was funny as hell. It was funny as hell because
Man.
they kept calling me a creeper for watching, and I kept telling them, I don't want to fucking join you.
Man, I think it's secretly he's just like, God, I'm not.
No,
getting
I
my
mean
dick
I was
wet.
having
I'm not
fun.
getting
I'm
my
having
dick
fun
wet.
drinking. We're talking. We're all having a good time.
Your hands in
And they
your
decide to
pants.
get frisky, and it's like, God damn it.
Are you sure your hands didn't go down to your pants?
Oh, I am entirely sure because no part of that turned me on. There is a
Oh.
big difference between sitting next to an orgy and watching porn. Porn is designed to turn you on. Sitting next to people having sex is just kind of eh.
You're a cock.
I don't know,
Makes
man.
you
I
a
know.
cock.
I know some people.
Wait, do you get pleasure from it?
What, watching people have sex? Not really.
Okay, good. Then you're not a cuck.
You should have
You
given
cuck
them
otherwise.
feedback. So this isn't very arousing.
It's a
Yeah,
Mystery
I
Science
could've.
Theater right there.
Well, no, if it's a cuck, would be your significant other. We have to. We have to make a
One of these times, I made a girl slap herself.
distinction.
Nice.
What?
Yeah. Well, you know how like you go up to one of your buddies that's overweight and you put your hand on their belly and you rub it real fast and you go Buddha Buddha Buddha, you know.
It's just. I was the one who got.
She was trying to do that to me, and at this point was like, when she was doing this was like the height of me learning karate, and I pulled a move on her that whipped her hand back around and made her slap herself in the face, and then she started chasing me all over the room, and I'm jumping over the couch and onto the bed and running around to everybody, and she just leave up. Sorry, I'm not no real names. She just fucking. Yeah, she's screaming at me, hollering my name. Get back here, because she's trying to slap me because I made her slap herself, and her boyfriend had to jump in and stop her.
So you had her chase you around the orgy.
No, this was a completely different time. Another time I got drunk, which was one of the first times I got majorly drunk. I can't do like sideways spinning things, so like merry-go-rounds are a non for me. And I noticed that I wasn't getting dizzy like I usually do when you're watching somebody on your left side talk and then somebody on your right side talk and then your left side talk, and I realized, hey, I'm not feeling that same dizzy sensation. So I get down on the floor, tuck my knees into my chest, wrap my arms around my legs, and start rolling around, and I'm laughing my ass off because I'm actually spinning and I'm not getting dizzy.
Oh God, the fuck. Okay.
That's actually so innocent. I find it kind of adorable and funny.
Just the picture of Rav doing that. Oh God.
All right. Okay, so next topic, alcohol of choice.
I I'll go one by one. My favorite beer is Blue Moon Belgian White. My favorite whiskey is Knob Creek Smoked Honey Maple. My favorite vodka is just original Smirnoff. My favorite mixed drink is definitely Smirnoff Screwdrivers. Though I'm also starting to like those Seagrams things that are like, shit like Jamaican Me Happy, Strawberry Daiquiri, stuff like that.
I've only really liked the really fruity ass mixed drinks. That's the type of shit I would go for. And the ones I've had that I've liked are Banana Daiquiri and Sex on the Beach.
Pear cider.
Never had it.
Drink tons
Pear
of it.
cider?
That's all I fucking drink.
Pear cider?
Yeah.
Pear cider?
Yeah, not apple
Pear
cider.
Hey, an apple chat. Get the fuck out.
No.
Yeah, don't you remember they hide pear jars underneath their floorboards?
Yeah.
Why did they have those pear jars in the first place?
Watch the episode.
How do you know those are pear jars? How do you know it's not aborted fetus jars? New idea.
Good God.
Applejack
I
and,
mean, I did
and
write
Big
a
Mac's
story
Shane.
where Bright Mac. I wrote a story with Dustin where Bright Mac basically was poisoned and he shat so much that it overflowed the fucking house and they both drowned. And then so what happened next was Celestia came out to survey the scene and she just conveniently used that moment to throw away 3 fetuses that weren't the fabled 1,000-year ones. She figured they were useless. And those fetuses grew up into the apple children. They're feasting on the fucking feces.
God.
What a beautiful story.
I find
Also,
Bailey's
we
tasty.
wrote that a day after the fucking Bright Mac and Pear Butter episode. I think the chapter title was my favorite quote I've ever written, which was Bright Mac let out a ghastly fart. And now we use that in fucking public, and when we were at the con, if anyone did that, we would say that shit. It made me happy.
Oh, God.
Alright.
Alright, well, I'll just throw mine out there. My favorite alcohol of choice is vodka.
Vodka is the shit, but what brand?
I have not had the chance to test a lot of them.
Have you had Smirnoff?
I don't think so.
Try it, man. Those crazy Russian bastards, they know what's up. You
Maybe.
should also try Absolute. There's
Favorite mixed drink is a White Russian, and
White Russians are fucking fantastic.
yeah, they are. You can get drunk so fast on them.
Like if you're getting a migraine, stop looking at your goddamn cell phone. Makes it worse. That's right. Keep petting the puppers who look royal.
I thought you.
What's his
I
picture
heard
of
you
this
say
girlfriend?
stop licking yourself.
Right.
Next topic before we run out of time is the sexuality of traps.
There we go.
Oh,
Yes,
got
the
Sexuality of
Sexuality.
traps. If you fap to
Traps.
traps, it's gay. I'm sorry. There's no fucking way around
I don't.
it,
This
unless
is
it's-
Tony's question or
Tony.
topic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tony's topic.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony. Yeah, it's gay.
Mm.
Like
I never said it.
and I've done it to that too, but it's gay. I will admit I'm bi.
Yeah, same. So, yeah, well, I don't
Yeah,
feel any
definitely
guilt.
gay. Definitely
yeah,
gay.
it's definitely gay.
So you wouldn't go on a camping trip with a trap?
There we go.
Look,
This
I'm-
is a picture of the royal pup, by the way.
Look, I'm just saying, some of those traps, though.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
like
I'm
that
one
shit.
to
I like
talk. I mean, I'm
I
one
like
to
that shit.
talk. I like tomboys, but the traps are just not my thing.
You know, it's sort of weird. Is I really like tomboys and I really like femboys. So, it's just I don't know why it's.
So you just like boys.
No.
Oh fuck! Enigma
Don't
figured
worry,
me
Tony.
out.
If you're ever in town, I'll take you on a camping trip.
Ooh, thanks, honey.
No problem. I want to hear more of Tony's questions. This man is interesting.
The merits of
The
flashlights.
merits of
Flashlights are good if you can't get pussy, but even if you can get pussy, they're good because they're a little different. Sometimes you want something a little different, and sometimes your hand isn't enough.
What about pussy?
Sometimes it's not enough.
Yeah, sometimes it's not enough. You
You get
just need
used
to,
to it. Sometimes you just want something different.
you need to put mix a little fleshlights in with
Yeah.
pussy.
I mean, like, listen, if someone made, and if you look at the picture I posted in the chat, if someone made a fleshlight that was modeled on Adagio Dazzle's vagina, I'd probably use it. And I have a fiance. I don't have any qualms about using that shit. It would probably feel fucking fantastic. I wouldn't be one of those weirdos that attaches it to like an Adagio Dazzle body pillow or something, but you know.
I mean, hey, I know
Also,
people.
Art said the fuck is a trap. A trap is a dude that dresses up as a girl to look like a girl to trick people into thinking that he is a girl.
Like a drag queen.
No, drag queens you can at least tell.
Yeah.
You know,
Traps
okay,
are masters of disguise.
yeah. Hey,
That's
Seven.
why it's called a trap, because you don't know until it's too late.
Yeah. I actually saw a really interesting post someone put up. It's like
you don't know she's a he until she sticks her dick up your ass.
it's kind of like that Afro Man
It's kind of
song.
hot.
It's like
Afro Man. Oh, where he was talking about when she whipped out a dick. that
whip
was
out a dick
fine.
and make it fine.
I love Colt 45.
I know it's such a great song. But I was gonna say though, there's a picture I saw someone posted a while back where it's like the evolving male body type standards. And for the 1980s, it shows a picture of He-Man, and then for like 2017, it posts a picture of like some trap from an anime. All right, so
All right, next topic.
do shit fuckers fuck shit or shit out fuckers?
This is related to the name of the group I run on Discord, by the way. And shit fuckers fuck shit. And because we fuck shit up, man. But I will
Yeah.
also out fuckers, because if you're a fucker, I'm going to make sure everyone fucking knows it. Fucker.
Oh,
It's nice
I'm
and
not a
warm.
fucker, though. Don't worry.
oh, okay, thank you.
Now, the only fucker in this chat is only me.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh.
You're cool.
I am. I fuck everybody. Fuck you. I fuck Coffee. I fuck Kyrie.
It's true. We are.
Yes, I called you Kyrie. Shut up. I call you Kyrie from the rest of your life now.
But would you fucking
said
Nick, though?
No. I don't have sex with mud. Yes, I would. I would fuck Enigma. He was nice and gave me a cute little starlight.
Yes.
He has a new home now, Enigma. I transferred ownership of it to Jack of a Few Trades.
Good. All right.
I'm gonna make sure that fucking starlight makes a journey through every state in this country.
Makes a journey through every big rider.
They're coming for you.
Oh god!
God, I just
What happened? Is there
I
something
hear-
you're not telling us?
the sound of Compton is what I heard.
It's gone.
It's
Okay.
gone. What's gone?
All right, our time is pretty much up, and we're into overtime. What's the most emo?
The most emo. No, that's a stupid answer. The most emo. Can I name my stories?
I
No,
sure,
'cause that's a cop out.
The most emo is Bullet for My Valentine.
Really?
They're pretty emo.
but what is the edgiest?
See,
Edgiest? I love this band, but I'm still getting this 3 Days Grace. They're the edgiest band I've ever heard, and they're so good.
come on, you haven't heard what's the? It's not One Direction, is it? Is the one fucker who can't sing and the one that actually has talent but doesn't bother going off and doing his own shit?
So you're talking about Nirvana.
No.
I mean,
Oh,
that's Nirvana, though.
Raph, was it that group you were telling me about earlier?
Because Kurt
No.
Cobain couldn't sing very well or play guitar very well, but in the fucking Waiting Wings they had Dave Grohl, one of the greatest drummers, guitarists, and singers of all time.
No, I'm talking about actual faggots.
I don't
Blood
see
on the
how this is
dance
different
floor.
than Kurt Cobain.
I think his blood on
It
the
is
dance
Blood
floor.
on the dance floor. You're actually correct. I've heard enough about that band.
Yeah, I tried to. All right. So because I've known people who liked it or who were into it, I'm like, okay, well, let's see what the deal is. And I watched like 2 or 3 of their music videos, and I'm like, what the actual fuck is this? Because like every time the one dumbass came up on screen that he was like the lead of whatever it was, he has a shitty voice. He's ugly as hell, and honestly, I'm wondering what is actually attractive about this dumb shit. And then it switches over to his buddy who looks so much better than him, can actually sing, and from what I understand, writes some of the music. And it's like, wow, what the fuck is he doing wasting his talent on this asshole?
Kind of like Shakti on Flavor Flav.
Yeah, it's... God. Yeah, I would have to say that they're probably the most emo thing I've ever seen in my life, and not even in a good way.
I thought we were on edgy.
No, I thought we were still on emo.
Oh no, I call
But-
3 Days Grace the edgiest band ever. Because I mean, when your hit song is called "I Hate Everything About You," you're edgy.
Oh. That was their hit song? I thought it was...
I Hate Everything About You.
No,
Their first, big hit at least.
I'm
Their biggest
thinking
hit-
of somebody else.
Yeah, you are. But their biggest hit was either "I Hate Everything About You" or "Animal I Have Become."
Yeah, yes. Okay, I'm still thinking of the same band then. Fuck. I know the word head was part of their song.
Headstrong.
Yes.
You're thinking of
Headstrong.
Trapped. Trapped is a great
Okay.
band.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I enjoy both of them. To a degree, anyways.
Yeah. Trapped was always nice. Headstrong
It's
was one
just-
of the greatest
just-
songs ever made.
Did Trapped also do the song Home?
Home?
Yeah, the main part, the main chorus, I guess.
No, Home was 3 Days Grace.
Okay, yeah, 'cause they were saying this house is not a home.
Yes, This House Is Not a Home. That is 3 Days Grace.
Okay. Okay, next one, just because we're in overtime. If it helps, I was not involved with the naming of this stream, and would
that
rather
was
never-
a reply to Famous.
Okay.
I would rather forget about that account.
Okay, Alex has the last topic. Sonic Anal Vor.
Good. I would for Amy the Hedgehoggeroo.
Brilliant. What an excellent.
Also, if you say you don't want to vor Metal Sonic or Mecha Sonic, you're lying.
Yeah, no, right, man. Look, fuck all you. I want to vor Tails
I
dog.
remember the day I got into voring. It was because I was mad at Sonic 06 because it's bad. So I just took the game and shoved it up my ass.
Look, man, I
And it
tell you
never
what.
came back out.
I tell you what, though, I would so vor the Tails doll.
Mm,
Yeah.
God. Oh, I have to go do something now, so we should.
Yeah,
Let's-
we're
all
gonna.
this
Yeah, let's
material
wrap
we
it
can do.
up.
Yeah, I gotta do shit
Let's
also.
wrap it up. That's what
Alright,
she
alright,
didn't
alright.
say.
So, thank you all for watching. This has been Mugshots, and our special guest, Seventh Heaven,
Yay!
Alex
Oh,
_,
yay!
enigmatic fucktard with pineapple up his ass,
Mm,
the air conditioner, Japanese waffles,
That was more like a bee.
Yeah,
A bumblebee?
Japanese.
Japanese waffles.
She's dead. She got a headache.
Japanese waffles.
Oh, I'm still here. I'm sadly.
Montana de tacos.
Come buy my tacos. I have a taco truck on every corner.
And this has been your host, Ravage. We hope you've enjoyed all this bullshittery that we've brought to you tonight. Have a good night.
We're sorry.
Yeah.